people is actually their competitive advantage. Experiencing the 7 habits is a must at least once in your lifetime because it is something that will actually move you forward, principles that are timeless from one generation to another. Hi, I'm Menchie and I'm from the Center for Leadership and Change. We are the exclusive distributors of all Franklin Covey content here in the Philippines. I think the nice thing about what I am seeing since I came in is, aside from your consultant or your facilitator and your boss, who's very passionate in teaching it, I actually told Matt that I could feel the atmosphere is very comfortable, and that's a good sign. The fact that the participants are comfortable, then they are able to actually express and open up, and which is very important and which is not very common in all the workshops that we attend. And that in a way gives me an idea of the culture of the organization. Normally, we would only allow a maximum of about 25 participants in a class. And the main reason for that is because we need enough time to do some processing. What is happening when I saw this one, this is probably 3 times the size of what we normally require. But at one point, I was kinda, how is it gonna work? But when I came in, and it seemed like, because the good thing about Matt walking around, it actually brings the audience. He brings in the audience with him, and at the same time, there's like free flowing reactions that I can see. What I like the most is, maybe it is a generation thing, when I saw those emojis on the table, and I said, oh, that is so cute. And at the same time, coming here and with all your, preparation, with a backdrop, it's so IG, diba? So, and then I also saw your activity regarding the hashtag. It actually gave us an idea that in big groups like this, it is possible. It is possible to actually bring out the engagement. And it also, and I mentioned that to Matt a while ago, and even Fiona, that, I see some best practices here, and which probably we might have to ask permission to borrow from you, because, they're really good ideas, Number 1, I think the 7 habits actually teach timeless principles. It's timeless because, first of all, when you talk about these habits and the principles being brought up, it's not time-bounded. Second is, I think this is something that any organization needs. We always believe that every person or every employee or every organization should not only look at competence of people, but should also look into the character. So we talk about both competence and character. And a lot of times, organizations focus on developing competence because they feel that it is their competitive advantage, the technical skills that they have. But I think what leaders probably will have to also remember is that people is actually their competitive advantage. And this is where character comes in. So in developing competence, I think it's important that they most especially develop character of their employees. And this is very foundational when it comes to, being a person. It's very foundational. It's an inside-out approach. So, and that most organizations have probably not forgotten, but probably have taken for granted. So, and that's where the behavior comes in. I think experiencing the 7 habits is something that you should have at least once in your lifetime. I've read the 7 Habits book in the 90s, and reading the book is not enough. It kind of will probably trigger some thoughts, But having the experience and going through the whole course is something that is really it will move you, because it is a combination of not just certain concepts or principles being taught, but it's a combination of videos, practice with of course with your participants kit, with equivalent skill cards. So there's a lot of activities happening there. So having someone to teach, especially in this organization, in GoTeam, having the founder to actually teach the 7 habits in this organization is something. That in itself is already putting himself in a fishbowl and making sure that he practices it and he walks the talk, right? So, and that is a very good example already as a leader. And hopefully, all the other people in GoTeam will get that, he's very infectious. So that infection, that's a good infection, huh? So the 7 habits infection. And the best part of it is that when you are as one whole organization, speak one language. When you speak one language, when you have one common language, then that actually encourages you to reach that goal. To reach that goal in practicing the principles that you are going to learn. So as I'd like to just repeat, experiencing the 7 habits is a must at least once in your lifetime, because it is something that will actually move you forward, and it is a principle, and they are principles that are timeless from one generation to another.